is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Jeremy Lee in the building and every guest that you ever needed. Sports cards after hours keep the hobby heated. Updates, hobby talk like you never seen it. Sports cards live and none could ever beat it. Sports cards is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Welcome to another episode of Sports Cards Live with your host, Jeremy Lee.
I am your host, and this is Sam. Sam Genova. How are you, buddy?
Welcome back. Good, buddy. How are you?
Good. It's this is the second time we've done a Booth Mates show. The first one was after the Schwan show.
Yeah.
The Saskatchewan Sports Collector not the Expo, the experience. The Sports Collectors Experience. Here we are getting ready for Expo.
Oh, so pumped.
So pumped, buddy. So pumped. I am so pumped. Expo is today's Monday. It starts Thursday. I'm flying out Wednesday. Coming straight to your house for dinner with a family, buddy. What do you think?
Come, buddy. Come. Sounds good, man.
My
My wife probably won't be home by the time you get here, but it's okay.
We'll order some. We'll order some Uber Eats.
I got a good pizzeria down the street, so don't worry.
Get some pizza and burritos.
Yeah, for real.
Perfect. Perfect. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Well, welcome 15 of you that I see here so far. Good to see you. We have Orlando here already. We've got Outlaws. What 9? And again, I don't know what happened, but everyone's name is now changed. You've got your handle instead of your chosen name. So if I don't recognize you, I apologize. 9272 Outlaws. Orlando says hi to Sam. Isn't that nice? Laura, good evening. Sammy Thunder, yes. The guys that organize Strongsville run the Expo. Expo has been around under this group since like 2015. And they started doing the Strongsville show a couple years ago, I think. So, yeah, it's the same group, Sammy. It's Steve Menzie is the kind of like the head guy. Mikey Singer is the logistics guy. Mikey's going to be jumping on with us here in about 25 minutes. We're going to go for about an hour tonight, Sam. Mikey will come on. He's hyped. I talk to him almost every day, but I talked to him today. He's excited. How excited are you for the Expo, buddy?
Oh, buddy, it's like, it's kind of sounds cliche, but it's like being a kid on Christmas, man. It's twice a year. The Toronto Expo is always it's home for me, so it's always a little extra special. The shows are always phenomenal, and it's just going to be nice to be able to see everybody again, and possibly, it just seems like we're meeting new collectors every show. So the group keeps getting bigger and bigger as your events do every Thursday, and now you're doing that show, that event Thursday with GP Sports, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's just it's beautiful. The hobby's growing. It's going strong, and I can't wait to see everybody.
Yeah, man. That's that same here. I'm just, you go to other shows throughout the year, and I like other shows too. The Edmonton Expo, the Montreal Expo, the Schwan show, the National, Strongsville, which I haven't been to, but I'm going to go. I'm going to Strongsville, guys. I can't wait. I mean, I'm not booked yet, but I'm so planning to go. Got to get permission, but I'm sure I'll be able to. But then there's Expo, which is, I don't know how long have you been going to Expo for?
Myself?
Yeah.
I started going back when I got into collecting in 2016 I don't know if it was fall of 16 or 17. I think it was 16, 2016 when I started getting back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, and I've been going since 2000 and further back, but I started setting up in 05, I think, and I've been going since, I think I went the first time in 99 or 2000, and then I maybe missed a year in 02 and 03, 04. See, I've missed one because I was sick, or if you remember that, where you took over my booth that time. But yeah, man, this is how sports teams, they have their home games and their away games. I for whatever reason consider this to be my home show, even though I have to travel 4 hours on the airplane to get there. I consider it my home show. And also, the Edmonton Expo is a 3-hour drive north for me. It's a lot closer. That should be my home show. We'll see. Maybe one day. We do have some shows here, but I don't know. I feel more at home at the expos. So,
well, I mean, if you've been going for so long and everybody knows you, right? People come to the booth just to say hi to you, to make sure they come and say hi, because I see it every show that we're together. It's everybody and their mother stops by and, hey, I watch your show and so nice to meet you. And then they tell you your name and, and you're probably like, yeah, okay, trying to be nice and all polite like you are. And it's just like,
If I recognize the
everybody,
name,
like,
yeah, it's hard.
so it is your home, bro. It is your home court,
It's my home show. I
Yeah.
love it. I can't wait. We got Mitch Grotman. He's coming. He's got a mail day for me, Mitch. Can't wait to see you, buddy.
Can't wait to see you, bud.
A local collector buddy of mine. Rob, what's going on, Rob? We'll see you there. Jayhawk, good evening. Called Shots, welcome. Orlando asks, is the Expo the biggest card show in Canada? Oh, and David says yes, far and away the largest. And I mean, that's true. Far and away, it's the second biggest show in the world, Orlando. It's the only bigger show is the National. So consider that. But the other thing to consider, Orlando and everybody else, is that the Expo, the Toronto Expo, is twice a year. The spring show is usually the very end of April or the beginning of May. And the fall show is pretty much always this second weekend of November. So it's easily the biggest. David's excited. We'll see you soon there, David G. Looking forward to that. So, Sam, and one other thing I'm looking forward to is I get to interview some of the autograph signers on the stage before they go signing autographs for all the people who are getting autographs. And I've done like 20 of these interviews so far over the past few years. And so I'm excited for this one, dude. And we'll see if it all works. Because sometimes these guys decide last minute they don't want to do it, or their plane is late, or they don't make it. But I'm scheduled to interview on the main stage. I got Mike Modano, which I'm super pumped about.
Yeah, that's cool.
The other one I'm super pumped about is Patrice Bergeron.
Oh,
that's super cool.
Yeah.
And then another one that's pretty cool, but not as big of a name, but pretty big of a name in Toronto, is Darcy Tucker.
Oh, so, legend,
right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I'm pumped about that. That'll be fun. There's events going on. I got them. I can share the screen and share the events, but maybe we'll wait for Mikey to come on with us in about 20 minutes or so and talk about the various events. But so Sam, we're going to Expo. You've got a great collection. One of the things I love, and I got a lot of good feedback about it after our last episode, where you were basically saying how you don't even look at, when you buy a card, you don't even look at comps. You just decide if you want to pay the price and you go ahead and buy it. Going into this Expo, anything you're looking for? What's your approach? Is it going to be whatever catches my eye? Are you looking for a certain card of a Pavel Bure? You're looking for an auto patch? How are you approaching your purchases this coming weekend?
Honestly, Jared, I never really go into these things with a plan. I just know walking the booths when I see something I like that catches my eyes, and I'll make a play if I feel that I want to add it to the collection or not. Don't really, like, I know Burries you're not going to find anything there. And if they are there, it's probably something that I already own. So yeah, just going to walk the floor, see what's going on, see what people have. I'm sure there's tons of things that I'm going to like, that I'm going to want to make a play on. So excited to see what happens.
That's always the case though, right? There's always things, but so there's nothing where you're thinking to yourself, all right, it's time that I add a card of this guy, or nothing, no plan.
So I'm kind of getting the Gretzky itch again. Like, I'm kind of, that itch comes around every 6 months or so, or you're like, I'd like to add a nice Gretzky to the collection, something Edmonton Oilers. But I mean, I'm kind of excited about all these like new players that are coming up in the ranks too, that I'm not really like a guy that buys too early, but I just like to see what's going on, what pricing's like. And, I do collect limited logos. So if anything, even if it's a player like you were sharing with me, that Palfi limited logo, like if I see something cool like that, like I'm definitely jumping all over it. There's not anything that I'm trying to say per se, like I'm trying to finish a set. I kind of really gave up on those. So I used to have a list that I used to go around with and try to, but no, I just can't wait to see what's going to be there, because it's so big and there's so much hockey, and it's definitely the best show for hockey. So
it is. There's no shortage of baseball, basketball, soccer, football as well. But, I want to make sure I get that point across, because they're really, people were asking me, well, what happens if the Blue Jays win the World Series? what will the expo be like? And I was like, well, you know what? It'll just be a lot happier, I think. I think people will be in a good mood. And even though they didn't win, I still think that they made a big impact on the city. And I think that I think we're gonna see people coming to the card show that have made to the expo that maybe have never been or haven't been in 15 years and are gonna come and they're gonna be looking for cards of guys like Addison Barger and, you know, Varsho and some of these guys that kind of made a name for themselves during the playoffs.
Totally.
And I think it's going to be people just looking, we're not talking investors. We're talking people who just want to have cards of these guys because they enjoyed the playoffs and the season so much. And that's, I mean, and I don't know that these guys are going to become full on card collectors like we are, but they're going to come, I think we'll see dozens, if not a couple hundred people like that, maybe more. And they're going to get a feel for what the hobby is like. They'll feel the vibe. And so why don't you you're in Toronto. What's it been like there over the past couple of weeks?
You know, I haven't had this feeling in a long time. And just to see, you know, you watch the interviews with the players and just to see how tight knit and the love that these guys have for each other is it's insane. And everybody you talk to, including Max Scherzer, will tell you, he's like, you know, I've been on a lot of teams, but this team is just really special. Like, you don't have to go into interviews saying that kind of stuff. You don't really mean it. So the city's been a buzz, man. People have been, and you know what? I also think that a lot of people are going to be looking for the 92, 93 Jays that won the World Series, because this just brought back a whole euphoria for when they won back in the day, and a lot of people comparing some players to the players of those days. So it's exciting to see the atmosphere, the buzz in the city, the bars jammed, people happy. And the most important one I want to say is I was kind of concerned because, like, just thinking about the way Game 6 and Game 7 went with the ball getting stuck, like, what if that's like a 1 in a million? I thought that the Toronto fans, after losing a heartbreak like that, really showed their composure. And there was no fight, and not that I heard of anyway. No fights, no flipping over car, no burning, no people going. They were just everybody just left and didn't cause too much damage from what I heard. Everybody was just like, you know what? They didn't expect us to be here. We made a run. So everybody was just, even though they didn't win, people were just so happy. And I'm like,
yeah,
God, it sucks to be a Toronto fan, man. It's just, but like, our fans are just like, it just goes to show that in a heartbreak like that, like, I was at the bar, people were crying. It was unreal. Yeah. And I was just like, I was like, yeah, it was so sad to see, like, just what a great run, a bunch of great guys and a special team. And, you know, chances are we don't know what that team looks like next year, right? So that's what makes it hard, because it's just so hard to get there. But the city, I got to give them a lot of respect for the fans being very, what's the word?
Behaving.
Yeah, behaving respectful. You know what? They took the loss. They left. They didn't cause any damage, any fights, this, that. They were just sad. Honestly, they were like, very, very sad, you know. But
so I think we're going to see some of those people who are, you know, they were sad, but they're now happy with what the performance that the Jays gave them. And they're going to come to the Sport Card Expo. They're going to look for some cards, maybe go after some Joe Carters and Roberto Alomars and guys like that too. And Pat Borders, you know, Kelly Gruber.
Yeah,
I named off all these guys the other night too. But
yeah, exactly. Fun. That was me too, talking about those guys. Oh, Barger reminds me of Kelly Gruber, you know, and it's like, so it's pretty wild. But I'll tell you one thing. I noticed a big uptick in baseball. I see the kids at my kids' school. Everybody's bringing a glove, a bat in the morning. My son's 6 years old. He can't forget his Blue Jay glove at home, or else he's so upset. And they're catching in the morning until the butt. So it's just good for you know, for baseball in Canada. And you know, it would have been extra sweet if we could have done it for a lot of reasons.
I don't you know what? I don't think the effect at the Expo will be much different, win or lose.
Absolutely.
You know, so it'll be fun. I think there'll be a little extra buzz there for sure. They still made it to the world, and they made it to extra innings of Game 7, and they could have won. I mean, it could have gone. Same with Game 6. You know, it could have gone either way. Well,
the baseball gods, I feel like we're not in the Jays' favor. Like I said,
No.
in Game 6, what happened? That ball getting lodged. Like just so many things happen. It is
Springer.
what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna take the L and move on. But nobody also expected us to be there, right?
That's right. So that's good.
That's what I mean. The fans are just grateful that we were able to go through that euphoria again. Unfortunately, it didn't end the way we wanted to, but hopefully there's next year.
So I mean, after they lost, I was thinking to myself, okay, I often put the hobby ahead of everything else, although I would have wanted the Jays to win, but I think it's good for the hobby, the baseball hobby at least, that Shohei wins, everyone else on that team, of course. It would have been great if Vladdy and Bichette and these guys too, but Shohei is kind of like the second coming of Babe Ruth at this point. So as he goes, it's kind of like in basketball, as Jordan goes, so goes the hobby in many respects. As Shohei goes and moving forward, maybe similar to the Jordan effect. So if there's a silver lining for collectors, hobbyists who love the overall hobby, maybe it is that. What are you actually, before we change topics, I'm going to go back to comments here. Sam, YS, and I don't know, is that Yitz? Who is that? I don't know who anyone is anymore.
I know. What's
Canucks fan? I know who that is.
That's Jay-Z.
That's Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, he calls you Sammy Paisano because he's a fellow Italian. Neil is prepping for his annual dose of FOMO. We'll need to make it out there. One of these. Yeah, you do. I tell everyone, make it out there, guys. Make it out there.
You need to.
Come on. 12 color Pavels only for Sam. Found treasures. What's up? What is up? Hockey card exchange. We will see you. I think I'm set up. We're set up one aisle away from these guys are like right near Amit's booth. Amit might not be there this show though. He may be taking this show off. I'm not sure for sure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. YS looking for a nice Caulfield, Hudson, or nice O-Pee-Chee Gretzky with some nice eye appeal.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So speaking of the Hab, Caulfield, Hudson play for the Montreal Canadiens, if anyone doesn't know. And so my wife's from Montreal, so we've been watching the documentary. It's called The Rebuild. We're halfway through season 2 right now. I think it's only 2 seasons, but I tell you, for someone who grew up like hating the Canadiens and the Leafs for that matter, I like the Habs right now, Sam. I think they are the most exciting team in hockey, potentially young team. I think that they're the best young team in hockey. Someone said to me, "What about San Jose or Anaheim?" Not even close. I think Montreal is further ahead as far as the rebuild goes, and I think they've just got such a great team. So many good young guys there. And then there's Demidov, who's candidate for Rookie of the Year. We'll see what happens with that, but I don't know. Like you said before, you don't collect a lot of young guys. Either do I. But if I were going to, I might pick up a few of these guys, like especially Caulfield, because he wears Johnny Gaudreau's number 13. And it's funny, we were just watching the episode of the documentary last night where they were talking about that jersey change, and the marketing people were like, "Well, we have 8,100 number 22 jerseys. What are we going to do with them?" But they weren't going to tell him he couldn't change his jersey number. Yeah. And Bettman in the league said it's okay. And so they got him to come in and sign them. And they were, I think, giving them away to some of their corporate partners, whatever they were doing. But they went the extra mile to let him change his number to as a tribute to Johnny Gaudreau, which is like huge for me. He played here a long time. So I love that. But Caulfield you watch a documentary, you get to know these players more than you ever can just by watching their post-game interviews. And what a great team they have there. I know they're a rival to the Leafs, Sam, and you're a Leafs guy, but
listen,
what a great team.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Listen, you know what? We have all these rivalries, but at the end of the day, to be honest, yes, I'm a diehard Leaf fans, but I like to see all the Canadian teams doing well. I really do. Montreal being our biggest rival, yes, I hate Montreal, but they kind of do remind me of the Leafs when they were, when Marner, Nylander, and Matthews were coming up, and they started making the playoffs every year.
Riley.
They might not have those type of players, that offense, but they have a good, like, bringing in the defensemen that they brought in, Dobson and Lane Hudson and Demidov, like their goalie, like they're good at young, exciting team. And like I said, I root for, any Canadian team because there's only 6 of us, so I'm happy to see them do well, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's good for the hobby. You're right. It
is good for the hobby, and Slavkovsky. I mean, this guy, some of these players are just so much more likable when you get to see hours of footage on them versus minutes. So Hodges, what's up? Appreciate the like. Jays says James Wynn, calls out George Springer.
Yeah.
Orlando says the Jays outplayed the Dodgers. I think
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
The hits will show, right?
Yep. What's up, Mook? Says the civic pride from a delightful storybook run is like nothing else in the world. Sports are just so freaking great. Yeah, it's so true, right?
100%. Just brings people so many, like, you're at a bar and you're sitting at a table. Next thing you know, these guys are your best friends. You just met them and over a sports event. It's unbelievable. And you can make friendships because if you go to these same bars, these people are always watching these big games there. And you can make friendships forever just from like sporting events. That's why sports are just so amazing. What would life be without sports and music? I always tell that to everybody. What would life be without sports and music?
Yeah, that's a good, well said. But let's take it another level. Let's just let music be on its own for a second. Talk about sports. What would life be without sports and sports cards? I got to bring it back to that because everything you just said, Sam, about you go to the bar, you're watching the game, or even you're at a game and the guy's in the row in front of you, behind you, on either side of you, you're high-fiving, you maybe even be hugging on a big win with strangers. Maybe you're, hey, let's go grab a beer after, whatever. You can make friends that way. The hobby, I think, takes that to even a deeper level because you have you have sports in common, but now you have collecting in common. I mean, look at us. It's all because of the hobby that we became friends. So everybody that I know through the hobby is because of the hobby. Obviously, that makes that's just kind of a full circle thing. But yeah, sports brought us sports cards, Sam, and that brought us this whole community too.
Whoever thought we would have went to the Schwann? Okay,
I know.
People tell me you went to Saskatchewan. What do you do? I'm like, I went to a card show, and because of the card show, I got to see the Schwann.
You got to go to Saskatchewan. Exactly. Shohei Mania. Yes, I thought that might have been you. I thought that was you. I seem to remember your name on here used to be YS. Mitch says, for the American viewers, there might actually be more hockey at Expo than all American shows combined. Yeah, I would. I mean, I've been to a few American shows, and I think that's probably true. I mean, there's so many shows now, but yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah, I agree.
Jay-Z says, I'm friends with both of you because of cars. I know, Jay-Z. Another guy, like, and by friends, I don't mean that we only talk when we see each other at card shows or that. I mean, we talk outside of it. It's not like not like me and Jay-Z talk every week, but when we do, it's like no time went by. It's like we did just talk the other day or the other week, so
I feel like when you have a lot of things in common with other people, that's how it always is. I feel like that's a big guy thing because sometimes my wife's like, how do you just carry a conversation? I'm like, because that's just, I think it's just a guy thing. Like, you wouldn't understand it. It's like we just left off from the last conversation 4 years ago. It's like we didn't skip a beat, Yeah, that's pretty special. It's nice. And yeah, thanks to the hobby, I've met a lot of great people, and I text with Jay-Z once in a while too. And it's just crazy to see, where friendships take you and.
Well, and it's hard as you get older, it's harder and harder to make friends. You're not doing as many things. You got a family. It's like all my friends before I had kids, all my friends would be like we're going to my kids' friend's parents' house for dinner. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, we're becoming friends with them. I'm like, oh, okay, great. I'm great. I have no issue with it. That's awesome. That's awesome. My source of new friends was the hobby. But if you're not in the hobby, that's your source of finding new friends. Kids, friends, parents, or you get a new job or whatever, but otherwise it's hard to do that. And the hobby supplies us with just a constant pipeline of new friends. And it's like, look at what Rob says. Who would have thought that pictures of men on cardboard would create a community like this? And then exactly, I feel like I talk about this almost too much all the time, but I'm so grateful for it,
Yeah, I mean, I think when you get older in life, you realize these things where a lot of collectors may be newer, like the flipper and stuff, and they're getting into it. And, but I feel when you get older and like us, like when you have families, and like you said, everybody goes through different, times in their life, or their kids are, and so on and so forth. You just appreciate it because you're not able to see. In my case, I was out of my age group. I got married later, so my friends were having kids, and they were the same thing. Oh, I got to bring my kid to hockey, this and that. So it was hard for me to get together. Now I had kids later in life, and they're all like past that stage. I'm doing that stuff. So
yeah,
it's just nice. It's nice to have another avenue where you can meet so many.
And then there's me, who had my kids probably 10 years after you had your kids. So
it's okay. I know a lot of people your age that have kids too. I'm used to it. So the guy I work with, Dave, he's the same thing. He had his kids late.
So I see all these boxes behind you up over there. You got cards on your window shelf. You got some hockey sticks there. Those boxes up above what is your right shoulder to the left of the screen. Is that kind of some of the inventory you're going to be bringing to Expo? And guys,
pretty much, you nailed it right on.
We will be at booth 1707. It's right up the entry. When you walk into the show, you just go straight up. We'll be up there on the right-hand side, booth 1707. Can't wait. Tell us a little bit about the kind of inventory you're going to have there. What kind of stuff will people find that they can buy from you at our booth?
Mostly like autos, patch autos, stuff that I like to collect. They're mostly autographs or autos, patch autos, lower numbered stuff. Yeah, like all hockey pretty much. I don't really collect anything. I tried baseball, I tried basketball, but man, my love is just in the sport that I've always loved. So I just stuck to hockey. I sold all that stuff. I'm like, hockey is the only thing that makes me happy right now. If I get into, and I'm not opposed to anything else, but I tried getting into the basketball. I tried doing the baseball, and I was like, oh, these are cool. It's time to move on. So
collect what you like, right?
Yeah.
Look at Mitch. He says, I've met so many great people in this hobby, and Sam too.
See? My boy.
Mitch is coming up from Chicago. He'll be there.
Yeah, he's missed a few now, so he's got to be pumped about coming for sure.
He just doesn't know how to schedule his big life moments. First he gets married, same weekend as the show. Then what does he do? What was the other one he did? He did something else.
I'm not sure if it was his honeymoon.
Honeymoon, maybe another. Doesn't that come right after the wedding though? So was it his engagement party or something? Or
some people do later honeymoons.
Yeah, could be. He'll tell us, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But whatever it was, poor planning. But now he's back. He's in the clear. It's all good now. What is up, California Dave? Christmas Expo, a couple days away. We will see you there, buddy. Honeymoon is the Tuesday after this expo.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. He said, I made sure to book it after. Didn't make that mistake twice. Yes.
Good job, buddy.
This is a message that goes out to everybody in the hobby. Plan your big life moments around the Sport Card Expo. Before it, after it, in the middle, between spring and fall expo, not during the expo. Because guess what? You'd rather be at the expo than at your wedding. You'd rather be at the expo than at your kid's graduation. No, I'm kidding. Well, yeah, you probably would.
You try to probably do both.
Yeah. Plan around the expo, guys. Plan around the expo like Mitch is now doing. That's good to hear, Mitch. That's good to hear. Well, I've been talking about the type of inventory that I'll have there for, a few weeks now, maybe even a month or so. But I got a whole bunch of binders filled with like late 90s, early 2000s inserts, patches, jerseys, numbered cards. So many that I've got 2 suitcases filled with binders, these are heavy binders, these are thick 4-inch binders. So I think I've got like 6 of them coming with me. And I think I shipped 5 that are going to be brought to me at the show. I shipped them to the area, and I'm going to have them at the show there. So I'm going to have a ton of binders. I don't know where I'm going to put them, Sam. We need more room. We need more table space. But we'll work. We'll have an extra table behind. We'll work with what we got, but it's going to be. Mikey just popped in. Why don't we bring Mikey on stage, guys? And Before we do that, though, I want to do comments because I know that once Mikey comes in, we're all going to get really excited. Quick, Rugg says 2,500 kilometers east. And is it on the left or the right? If you're coming from the west, it'll be on your left-hand side, Ruggs, on your left-hand side. Stuke says, good evening. Just got back from a football game, card show weekend in Fargo, North Dakota. I love it, Stukes. Good to know you got some good, safe traveling in. There's Matt Burrows, Tomcat, looking for, yeah, we'll see you there, Matthew. We'll see you there. He's a brand manager at Upper Deck, and he's also Marc-Andre Fleury collector. So we'll see you soon. Let's bring Mikey on while he's looking behind him. Hi, Mikey.
Oh yeah, thanks for that. First you're like, let's bring you on, but before I do, after I get all pumped up, you're like, actually, I'm gonna talk for 3 minutes and throw you up. That was smooth. That was very smooth. So thanks for having me on, Sam, Jeremy. Honestly, great to see you. Cutest picture leading into the show today. Let me just comment on that. Like, love that. Love that shot of you two hanging out, smiling.
Oh yeah, that's from the booth in the old configuration of the show.
Yeah,
I've used that a few times now, actually. Louis from the Gong Show, time to hit the road in 6 hours. So those guys, him and Josh, are going to be making the. I'm guessing. Is it just you guys, Louis?
No, Phil's coming too. Phil's going to be
no,
here.
But
as
I mean,
well.
driving. Is it just like is California Dave flying to Minnesota and then driving with you guys, or how's that? Is it just you guys? Yes. Okay. There's Colin. Yeah, hockey card. That's Colin. You know Colin.
Of course. No, I don't know Colin. I hang out with these guys pretty much half the year. Of course I know most of them.
Well, does Colin do? Does he do Strongsville too?
He has done Strongsville. He hasn't come in the last little bit, but hopefully he decides to come here.
Yeah. Well, he's coming to Toronto, but I want to come to Strongsville. And earlier on, we were talking about Strongsville because I think was it Orlando was asking if it's the same group that does both shows. So I explained, yes, it is. They're doing, they run the expo. They run the. I mean, I said Steve's kind of like the head guy, and you're the logistics guy. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'm basically his Igor, right? Like Steve's Dr. Frankenstein, and I'm his Igor doing his bidding. But yeah, Steve runs the show. He's the brains and everything behind it.
And the beauty. He's the brains and the beauty.
He is the beauty. He is definitely the beauty. We can all agree on that. And
he's a beauty. He's a beauty.
Honestly, he really has brought a professionalism to the show. The show was always great, right? And it has run for a number of years, and even the Strongsville show. But he brings a level to the events and a professionalism that I don't think is seen a lot in the industry. And it shows in terms of the growth. Like the Sport Card Expo, when I started with him, was 2 shows in Toronto, 75,000 square feet. It is now bursting at the seams at 200,000 square feet. Obviously, you feel the attendance; it's massive. It really is, and it's not just because obviously the hobby has grown, but the show itself has grown immensely more than most of the shows as you see around the hobby, and not just in Toronto, but all the other cities that he's added: Edmonton, Montreal, Quebec City, Strongsville, and soon to be more cities announced in 2026. So
awesome.
Really excited to be part of it. And it's been great. And obviously it sparked my collecting passion.
I know it does. I know it does. I know.
It's like the Hair Club for Men commercial. I'm not just the president. I also shop.
You're also a customer. How excited are you to see Sam?
Oh, great. I love Sam. I was just describing Sam to Steve tonight on who was going to be on the show. Yeah. I'm like, Italian Sam, always smiling.
The feeling's mutual, buddy. And you're always smiling too. You'll be running around, and then they'll call you, look at you, and then you just give a little smile and take off.
Dude, Sam,
even as busy and stressed out as you might be putting out fires, Mikey, you're always in a good mood. You're never too stressed to say hi, even if you're on the way somewhere. And I know that because I'm often waiting for you somewhere, and I gotta wait for you to stop and talk to everybody along the way. I'm like, get a move on, buddy,
I suck at getting places on time, that's for sure, on the show site, and it's fun. It's a lot of work. It is. What's funny, people are gonna see it on Thursday, starting Thursday at 4, but we'll be in there moving in, me and the team, and most of my team is actually at the Leaf game tonight, but we'll be in there moving, building, setting everything up starting tomorrow. And that'll flow through till Wednesday and Thursday setup. And then we'll open the doors to all the guests.
Perfect. Let's go to some comments quick before they get away from me. Dan's Vintage, who you've met and was at the Strongsville. You recognize the picture, Strongsville Trade Night. Yeah. Hobby Hero, Mikey Singer. Okay, Louis. So you guys are, he's driving. Josh is sleeping. Dave's flying straight to Toronto. Straight to Toronto. Ruggs got the Pacific Market cornered. Colin is opening up. I just saw a picture of you.
That's awesome, Colin. That's wicked.
Yeah, because he just showed a picture of him in front of a storefront. I was like, oh, I didn't know you had a store. I assumed I didn't know you had one, but that's what you're opening. Congratulations. Let us know in the chat where is it going to be, Colin? Where is it going to be?
And for those who don't know Colin has been in the industry a long time.
He's got one of the biggest booths at Expo, if not the biggest.
He does.
Yeah,
he's selling a ton of Ultra Pro product, and he has amazing vintage. Like I always go shopping.
And not just hockey. He's doing a 57 tops. Yeah. He's got a 57 top set break going on this show. I bought my 53 Pee Wee. My 53 Pee Wee Reese I bought from him at Montreal a couple shows ago. He's always got great stuff.
Colin, shout out to if you have a Hank Greenberg 33 Gaudy or rookie, looking for either of those, so just let me know.
Let him know. Mikey's just here to let everybody know the cards he wants to buy.
Yeah, that's it. Shameless plugs. But the show this year is going to be, you know what? We've got eBay, such an amazing partner as being the title sponsor of the show, and they're putting a lot into the event to make it better. They do a ton for both the attendee and the exhibitor. So I'm excited to see what they bring to the show. We have, Upper Deck is going to be there, obviously, again. I don't know if you've ever seen the raffles around their booth, but it is crazy. It's
that
like
might
50,
be the best
50
thing
G's
about,
raffle.
I mean, in the old configuration, my booth was like one booth away from the Upper Deck booth. And when they're doing them, I mean, you couldn't get in or out of my booth because the people had to watch because they're up on their second level there. And then you can't hear yourself talk with all the yelling and screaming. So one of the nice things is that I'll be a little bit separated away from that now, but I also will miss all the excitement of it. Orlando cannot wait to meet Mikey at Strongsville, always smiling. Dan says Strongsville turnout among YouTubers will be much bigger this year. And it was big last year already, no doubt.
It was awesome last year. Yeah. The trade night was wicked. Everything was so good. Like, what a great show. And seeing it progress, it's doubled in size. We had to move, like it just burst out of the hotel.
Yeah.
It was great. And it's like I said, everything Steve touches.
Well, look at this next comment. Look at this next comment. This is from Colin. He says, I've done a lot of US shows. They could learn a lot from Steve and Mikey. Night and day. That's a nice compliment, man. That is. But Colin knows. Like Colin's he's a pro. Like he's an absolute pro in the hobby. So I take that comment to have a lot of weight. So that's very nice, Colin.
And thank you for that. And it means a lot. Like, you know what? It's nice to hear. And again, a lot of effort goes into making sure both the exhibitors and it's the small touches. Steve's there smiling, welcoming every single exhibitor through the door with free coffee and donuts and a handshake. Like, that is a rare thing for show owners to do especially of multiple shows.
Do you think we can get him to change it from coffee and donuts to like filet mignon and Miller Lite or Miller Lite?
Totally. We just need to find, as soon as Scotiabank comes in with those sponsorship dollars, we'll be happy to do a steak dinner.
So Colin's show is going to be in Brantford, Ontario, home of Wayne Gretzky. Sam, what do you think about Brantford, Ontario, home of Wayne Gretzky? How far is it for you to get there?
It's about 2 hours.
Okay, yeah. So it's not like
I'm in Etobicoke. Isn't it 2 hours, Brantford?
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah. I want
worth the drive though. It's gonna be worth the drive. Now it's gonna be worth the drive for me. Once to visit Gretzky's home, but also to visit the new Hockey Card Exchange.
Rome Rant is coming. Rome Rant will be there. Looking forward to Expo. See you guys there. I'll have one case of ultra high-end vintage hockey for sale. Well, yeah, but Rome, will you have price tags on the cards? I'm guessing there won't be price. Oh, maybe there will be. Actually, I think you sometimes do put price tags on
put
your
the
cards,
price
don't you?
tags on the cards. If there's anything, so two things, like for all the exhibitors listening, because there's definitely a ton, and Jeremy really has a lot of weight with a lot of people in the hobby. Two things I would suggest to people: put price tag on the front of the card. Don't make us search. Don't make us ask to pull it out. We'll pull it out once we see the price. Like, this is coming from the consumer side. Secondly, like, just talk to people. Be there. People want to talk. They and I've seen it more and more. It's funny. There's been a total change in the way our exhibitors act from pre-COVID to now. And that's a lot to do with the activity on the floor. I love it. There you go. Everything will be priced.
Rome, Rand, where will your showcase be? Is it going to be like, whose booth is it at? Or is it your own booth? Is it, are you going to be like, I think you might have had cards last time. I forget who you had them with. It might have even been with Colin, maybe, or one of the vintage guys. You might have had some cards. But where are they going to be? Let us know. Oh, right there. Yeah. Rome keeps cards at my booth. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I mean,
that's great.
And guys, let me just tell everyone who's watching, listening, if you're coming to the expo, you want to go by the Hockey Card Exchange booth number one, to see Colin's cards for sure, but also to see Rome's cards, because when he says here ultra high-end vintage hockey, that is not an overstatement. We're talking about the highest graded available copies of some of the most desirable Hall of Fame rookie cards. So it's almost worth it just to go have a look at some of these cards, even if you're not buying them. I would say go look. Stukes here says priced cards attract more buyers. I completely
indeed.
Yeah, completely agree. Hey, there's Mo. What up? Yeah, man, cards. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I honestly, and the other thing is, you know what? There's a lot more families. There's a lot more people coming into the hobby every year, and the kids are very savvy. Like, you don't have to. Some of them don't even worry about pricing. They've got their phones out. They've already comped it before you can even get to the card. They know the apps. They're really working hard at it. It's nice to see. It's a really cool experience. The show really. One of the reasons I'm smiling is the energy on the floor. Like, everything that we're doing is one part of it. The actual hobbyists themselves, the Jeremy Lees, the Sam out there, the exhibitors, but are also hobbyists themselves, right? I cannot wait to see the action that takes place on the floor on Thursday night, where all of you go shop at each other's booths. Like, that's the best part. Of the show. It's awesome.
I love Thursdays. That's why. So I help you out, Mikey, as you know, and I help you out. I do certain things on the stage, and I told Mikey, I'm like, listen, Thursday is like a no-go for me. I need to be at the booth. I need to be at other people's booths on Thursday. Put me on the stage on Friday, Saturday, Sunday for sure. Even Saturday is fine, but Thursday, Friday are like, those are the two best days of the show. For me anyway, historically. Saturday's super busy. It's a fun day as well. Sunday's really good because it's kind of the last day. By about 2:00, it slows down in the room so you can actually move around more easily, maybe get better deals. They're all great days, actually, but Thursday, Friday are my two favorite days. So, and I'm excited. You've got me interviewing Bergeron, Modano, and Darcy Tucker. I mentioned that earlier, Mikey.
Well, slight change on that. We probably won't have Bergeron on the stage just because of scheduling conflict, but everyone else is locked in. So that's my fault, and sad to announce that on
yeah, I'm gonna have to tender my 2 weeks notice.
That's awesome.
Damn, Bergeron's a legend. I was excited for him.
He is a cool interview.
Yeah,
right? And honestly, like, what's wicked is you could actually look at Jeremy's catalog. He's getting like one Hall of Famer after another on the stage as he's threatening to tender his 2-week resignation.
Yeah,
the man's already interviewed by Richter twice. Like, every single one of Timu Salati. That was a life goal. Knocked that off the list twice.
Forsberg, Yager.
Yeah,
dude, you've interviewed amazing.
Well, Modano himself is huge. Like, I'm really excited about that one. And Mikey, if there's anyone else comes available or any of these other athletes, you can always tap me on the shoulder. I'm like a hockey player on the bench, just waiting to take a shift.
Tap me in, coach. Tap me in.
Tap me in.
That's it. And I often do. And it's been great. Like, that's also something that's added to the show that I don't see at a lot of other shows, which surprises me, is like, there's a really good opportunity. And some of the stuff that these guys say, it's, they do a ton of the talking. It's the players, and they often, like, we get a lot of great nuggets of stories. I mean, still, I remember having Dennis and Bobby Hall up there and being like, oh my God, we've got to clear the children out of the room. Some of these stories are way, way more descriptive than I was hoping. But yeah, it's things like that that make for a special experience and something that you can't capture in a lot of other places.
Well, looking forward to I'll see in 48 hours, literally, Mikey. 48 hours, I'll be on the show floor Wednesday night, dropping off my body bag and grabbing the showcases and kind of getting the early setup. Sam, when are you going to be able to come by Wednesday night, or are you going to be more Thursday morning?
Probably Thursday, yeah. Thursday afternoon, Thursday late morning.
That's okay, whenever.
Kids, yeah.
You'll bring so you're going to bring the extra table. You're going to bring some of those foam squares so we can protect our lower bodies at the show, because you guys know how those floors can be in these conference centers. So
definitely.
That's great.
You both have your comfy shoes, your Hokas, your Ons, your Aces.
Yeah,
all good.
Sure.
Good.
I love when we cover off those, like what to bring on the show floor. Big giant water bottle. There is water stations. Get yourself a giant refillable.
What's the Mikey? What's the bank? What's the cash machine situation going to be like for people?
Multiple cash machines. There's always multiple cash machines on the show floor, and we speak with them beforehand to make sure that even when it runs out, we make them like they're happy to refill it, as you can imagine.
Yeah, sure.
So we just make sure that they know, and at this point they're used to the volume. So again, we'll always have cash, and as you know, on the show floor, cash is king. All dealers, though, again, that being said, if you're not comfortable carrying large amounts of cash, all dealers are happy with PayPal and credit card. Most dealers, especially the bigger ones, will have Stripe or Square or a Clover system. But, I've seen that iteration come a long way with a lot more machines on the show floor.
Yeah. A couple comments here quick. Vader here says, if I don't see prices on cards, I walk away. And I'll tell you, what I do is if I don't see prices on cards and there's something I want and the vendor is busy, I will just maybe come back. But if the vendor's not busy, I will ask them, how much are you asking on that card? I won't walk away if it's a card I want, but otherwise, it's just a different experience for me. And then Stukes here says Zelle can be a savior at a show, but Zelle is not available in Canada. We have e-transfer instead, and just about any vendor will take e-transfers as well.
It's the exact same thing, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just there's no middleman. It's really bank to bank versus bank to Zelle to bank, or whatever it is, however Zelle works. So, but it's not going to work for Americans to Canadians, right? The Americans are going to have to do PayPal or cash. Yeah.
PayPal, friends and family. I'm sure the ask for some people, right?
100%.
Well, I mean, you're there, so there's
Sam knows, and I mean, it's just good to know that going in, right? Like, no one wants to sell you a card for a few $1,000s and have you reverse the charges. So they're not trying to scam you. It's the opposite, right?
Yeah, I think it's this having the show before. If there's newcomers coming to the show for the first time, this is all good information that will help people.
Well, look at this. Absolutely. Look what Colin just said. Watch out for stolen credit cards. Ask for ID. Also, a couple of dealers got ripped off that way. I'm sure that happens not just at card shows, but everywhere in society. But, it's going to happen at card shows too. So
it's easier, especially with tap now, right? Like, especially under a certain amount, you can stolen credit card can tap away, things like that. Yeah.
LGC says no price. It's free. I love that.
I'd love that. There's a couple cards I've seen on the show floor where I'd like to think that, but I mean, I like what you said, Jeremy. You see a card you like, you're gonna stop, right? You're gonna have the conversation, and even if the guy's busy, you're likely gonna circle back and be like, "Yo, how much is that?" Because you want it, right? Like, that's why we're all here at the end of the day, is to collect the things that we love.
Yeah, we go to where the cards are most of the time, right? Bob Boozle, if I pay friends and family, and my wife will be over the next day for a free meal. Boozle, I can't wait to meet you and your wife. Vader says,
Yeah.
because 9 out of 10 times when I ask, it's a ridiculous price. Tired. Yeah,
I understand
that's
that,
true.
Dave.
Absolutely.
I get it. And listen,
absolutely.
and you can say, like, also conversely, like, someone says a ridiculous price, you're happy to say this is the comp. Like, that's the other thing. The advantage now, especially with eBay, you can scan a card and it'll tell you comps, and you can go. There's so many different points of information that you can go in armed, right?
Yeah,
like, you can go in with that conversation.
Pull up your card ladder, or ask the vendor to
Yep.
pull up their card ladder account or whatever they're using, and they can help you find it too. But still, there's one thing I will, and I got to make a warning for everybody coming to mine and Sam's booth, which is that any cards that are in my showcases and Sam's showcases, they'll be priced. I think, Sam, you got all your cards priced, right?
Yeah.
But my binders, the cards in my binders are not priced. And that is going to cause me a little bit of a delay to get deals done. There's simply too many. There's no way I could have priced them. So they're not priced, but I'll let everybody know I am a motivated seller. So and at the Saskatchewan show, at the Calgary one day show here a couple weeks ago, I had, like, at the Saskatchewan show, Sam, you were kind of next to me. You saw, I sold a ton of cards out of these binders, and I'm bringing binders to Toronto that I didn't have in the Schwann. I've got binders that have never been offered before. And at the Schwann show, there was like one person who I didn't get a deal done after they spent a few minutes looking through cards and had a few they wanted. One person didn't get a deal done. At the Calgary show, I think it was one person also who asked me some prices, and we didn't get a deal done. But I got 25 other deals done there and like 60 at the Saskatchewan show out of these binders. So, just to kind of plug my own inventory there, lots of cards. And again, I'm a motivated seller. So that should help.
And for all the attendees looking to sell cards, know your price beforehand too, right? I see a lot of people come in to make deals and sell to vendors. Know your card price. Know your value of your cards going in. It'll help you. As Jeremy was just saying, you can always still make a deal, but if you know your stuff before you go in and you're looking to do something to sell to a vendor or something like that, it'll help speed it up and make the process a little easier.
Well, Vader says, tired of the whole runaround. I'll know it. I'll know if I want it when I see the right. Hey, I'm not trying to convince you one way or the other, Vader. I don't that you do you. I'm sure you're doing just fine out there picking up cards for your collection. But that's how I approach it. And, I'm willing to have the conversation. However, if it's a vendor who I know is always overpriced, and there's a few of them, I'm not asking the question. I'm not coming back. I'm walking along because I just know that I'm just wasting my time and I'm going to maybe get frustrated, sort of thing. So Vader says, I'll say though my LCS doesn't price cards, I make him pull out like 30 cards a visit. Do that. I love that.
You know what? That's what I do sometimes. When your cards are in price, I'm like, what's that one? How much is that one? How much is that one? How much is that one? The guy's like flipping and turning around. I'm like, why won't you just have the price in the front of the card?
Put them on the front. Because I will. Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's good to stick on the back. Put it on the front.
Right.
Save you time.
There might be one card that you want in a showcase. I'm gonna ask you the price on 15 of them before I get the one I'm gonna think about buying.
It's true, right?
Rob says, never lose a deal over $20. Make the deal. The dealer will remember and get you next time. Oh, I don't know about that, Rob. Not all the dealers. Again, I'll tell you what, I don't know that I will remember. So you got to remind me, but I'll get you next time. Just remind me though. I might not be that, might not have that great of a memory. Midlife Greg, remember, Jay Lee, all sales are more money for new cards. Absolutely. And Dave says, I bought a card from you in Saskatchewan, Jeremy, although somehow you didn't sell it to me. That's so funny. So Steve Angel, also known as Quincy in the hobby, came to my booth and said, hey, how much do you want for that card? I said, $40. He goes, okay, hold on. He comes back with me literally 6 minutes later with $40 and said, yeah, California Dave bought it from you. He collects Robitaille, which I knew he collected Robitaille. But yeah, that was pretty funny. So this show, Sam and I are going to be set up right across from Vic, Roddy and Vic, who go by like investment something or other at their booth. They've been at the show for as long as I have, 20 years running. Great guys. I hang out with them often. We'll be right across from those guys. And I think right beside them is what I'm now referring to as the Q crew, which is Steve Angel and everyone that hangs out at his booth. So we're going to be right in it's going to be a great spot. Great spot.
Honestly, some of these nicknames are starting to sound like mafia. I'm just gonna say California Dave, the Q Crew.
I just coined that term on Hobby Insider yesterday when there was like, hey, what booth post your booth number at Expo, and I said I'll be at 1707 with Sam Genova, and right across from Vic and Roddy, and right next to, I believe, the Q Crew, because he was talking in that same thread. Mitch says, I would never assume the dealer will get me next time. Just make a fair deal every time. That's kind of, yeah. And that's how I approach it each time. Like, I don't know that I'd lose a deal over $20, but I don't think that I'm going to hold anybody to owing me something next time unless we do right. So if you're actually right, future considerations into the deal. Rob is memorable. You're definitely memorable, Rob, for sure.
I try to pull that in I can't remember the board game, but I try to pull that with my wife, and she does
Settlers of Catan.
Yeah, Settlers of Catan. Right? First, I try to extract. I'm really bad about trades.
Sheep, you're like, I'll give you 2 sheep. I'll give you 2 sheep for a wheat, and she's like, all right, but you owe me a brick later on, or
yeah,
an ore, right?
Exactly. That's exactly.
Hey, I gotta ask, Sam, have you ever played Settlers of Catan?
No, never.
It's
it's a great game.
It's one of the most popular board games in the whole world, believe it or not.
What's it called?
Settlers of Catan, Catan. It's a fun game. I was bartending at a restaurant bar in Polo Park Mall in Winnipeg back in 1997, and one of our cocktail waiters, his name was Mike. He was a great guy. He actually passed away from cancer a couple of years ago, sadly, young guy. But he introduced our staff to the game. We used to, after the shift, we'd either go play pool or we'd play Settlers of Catan. And such a fun game. I've been playing it for coming up on 30 years. I've been playing that game. Anyone else ever played it out there? Anyone heard of Settlers of Catan, you guys? I'm so curious.
Anyone else getting into fights with their family over it? That's the real
question. I used to play with the same guys when I was in university, and there was one time when these guys pissed me off so bad. I was so mad at them. I put my hand on the this is a board game, Sam, where the board game itself, like the surface is made up of little hexagons that you put into a puzzle. So every time the board is a little bit different because you can rearrange how the hexagons are laid out. And each hexagon represents either a different resource, a different kind of land, right? So anyway,
you need to build everything.
You have to build on. I put my hand on there this one time. I was so mad, and I played 300 games with these guys. I put my hand on, and I just shook the whole thing up, and cities and roads and settlements went everywhere. The robber ended up in the toilet in the bathroom, I think, and I was just so mad. I lost my cool. I can lose my cool every so often, I guess.
Listen, and that's how you know it's a good board game, right? Like when you get someone to absolutely snap on you over a board. That's why Monopoly was so good.
Look at Mitch.
You break someone.
He says, in college, my roommate broke our kitchen table. That would have been me, Mitch. Neil says, I hate sheep. Yeah, but you need sheep. And then there's the I was going to say, you need sheep to build the ship, because in Seafarers of Catan, one of the expansions, what is it? 2 sheep and 3 wood or something like that to build the ship. So
I love this. And this is this is my fault. I got us so off topic for the next 3 minutes from the show.
Yeah, we're gonna retitle this German.
You can collect the 3D version. Which is actually awesome.
Development cards over everything. That's right.
You know, we're gonna have actually some cool things that we're doing that's new and different. eBay's setting up a video gaming area, just because we're like, I'm sort of segueing us back into the show on the gaming topic. eBay's going to have a really cool, inside the CSC zone, they're going to sponsor basically a whole video game area. I'll give you 2 ore. Yeah, that's amazing.
2 ore for a Robotite. Well, okay, so that would be hilarious, Dave. We would actually have to be playing the game, and then I might consider it,
Right? Like, that's when you get desperate. You're like, I'll slip you a 20. I need this 1 point to win to get to 10. Yeah.
Well, okay, David G says, yep, I've played Settlers. It has surpassed Risk. Stukes is from the Pinnacle crew, or I don't even know how you say that anymore. I used to know. I don't even remember that. Bob Boozle says Netflix is developing a series and films on. Are you, Boozle? I don't. Like, are you serious? I can't imagine. There is a hold on. This is crazy. I actually bought this Settlers of Catan. It's like an actual book.
Oh, really? What is
Yeah.
like? Is it like an actual fantasy book based on it?
I bought it and I just have not read it yet. But
it's just a collector's item. It's just sitting on the shelf.
Collected.
It's from 2003 is when this was written. I've probably had it for 15 years, and I think I started and I'm like, yeah, boring, so I never read it, but it's got the gold like, look at that.
It looks pretty. No, I'm gonna say you know what? Luckily, I only have like 20 books on my shelf, and I can honestly say I have read every single one of them. Half of them are graphic novels, so there's that.
Boozle says it's real. Wink, wink. Look it up on Google News. Scouts on it.
I believe him.
It's Sam. This is like it's. You go to any toy store, board game store sort of thing, you'll see there's a whole section on it with all the expansions and
now
like
I'm definitely going to be looking out for it.
Card
you know what? It's an easy game to learn. Everyone can be good pretty quickly. That's why I think it's so popular, and it's fun.
It's a fun game.
It's fun. You can go to 4 to 6 players.
Can you play with kids, or that's
a
no-no?
You could.
Yeah.
You could. Like not 5-year-olds, but you could play with like 10-year-olds.
Like
10-year-olds. You could really ruin a 10-year-old's day with it. It's
you
awesome.
could, yeah. Like don't
sounds like fun.
Because what happened? Yeah, don't cut me off. You need 2 roads in between settlements. You go there. If you cut me off, I'm gonna get mad. It might be like, okay, you're grounded. You know. I'm taking away all your Halloween candy.
Yeah. No.
All right, Mikey. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Honestly, it's been a pleasure, and I cannot wait to see both of you couple days. And Thursday, we're gonna see you at. This is the year I'm gonna make it out. Sure.
I don't know you're not, but I appreciate the sentiment. Here, really quick, before you go, Mikey, really quick. Here we've got the events. We've got the Wednesday night. There's a pre-Sports Card Expo trade night. Where is this at, Mikey? Royalty cards?
It's Royalty Cards, and they're actually, if you know where Yorkdale is, if you're from the GTA and you know Yorkdale shopping mall, they're right there. And they've been doing this for the last 3 years. They're awesome guys. It's really cool to see their progression.
Thursday night is the event that I am hosting here. That's Sports Cards Live with GP Sports Cards and Total Sports, which are Grant Patterson's businesses. We will be hosting this at Arizona's. We got giveaways. Upper Deck is providing the appetizers. It's literally like a 6-minute drive from the International Center over here to Arizona's over here. So come to that on
honestly,
Thursday.
he's underselling it too. Just to come back to that event, it's literally the industry, like it's the Canadian industry event of the year. So every single time Jeremy does this, like everyone who's big in the industry, who's from Canada or visiting Canada, ends up at this night. So if you're looking to get with industry people, this is the best place to go. And it's packed. They had to switch venues because they were spilling out at the other venue.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. So that's Thursday night after the show ends. Friday night is the CSC VIP Appreciation Night. Right in the same building as the expo itself. Same night, though, you can watch some stand-up comedy. Jason Wabshall has somebody I've known for over 20 years in the hobby. He owns one of the best stores in all of Canada in Kelowna, British Columbia. And he has gone, he's a comedian now. So I want to go, but this is the same night as Rip Party, which is taking place at Mint Inc. Also, the Gong Show's Rip Party.
Also going on.
So I'm going to Rip Party, and I told Jason I'm going to Rip Party, but I kind of want to go heckle him really badly. So we'll see if I can squeeze them both in.
Great friend.
So this is actually
I will heckle him.
He's really doing stand-up?
Yeah, that's a real thing. And honestly, like, this is what's so awesome, right, about the show and the community and things like that. Like, getting that on there, as Jeremy just said, like, he's well known. He has one of the best stores in Canada. Friend of the show, been a long time exhibitor, so it's nice to see the support. And then there's 3 events going on. Like, that's on the Friday night. That's a crazy part, because we've got the Rip Party going on with Josh and his squad. That is, again, something that organically grew from a bunch of guys hanging out
at an Airbnb.
Yeah, that has turned into like a really cool event that's attached to it. And CSC does a really good job of making a really fun night for all the fans to come in, trade cards, get some free food, and do some giveaways. So it's awesome.
It's all good. So we got the comedy on Friday at Scadabouche, which is a restaurant right near everything in the area. And then Saturday night is the Mint Inc. trade night hosted by Grosvenor as well. They're one of the big distributors up here in Canada. This is the trade night after party.
And Whatnot is also sponsoring the event.
Whatnot is sponsoring the event. Upper Deck, Slab Sharks, and CGC Grading. It looks like it's and they charge $5 to get in, but it doesn't go into anyone's pockets. It's all donated to the Mackenzie Health Foundation, which is in support of mental health. So you can pay more to get in if you want to contribute more to that cause. It's a wonderful thing. Johnny is just doing such a great job with the hobby in Canada and with what he's doing. And then there's this giveaway, Mikey. This is just the email that Steve sent out to people this morning, but entered a chance to win a signed Matthew Nyes game used hockey stick with supposed value of $1,000. That's pretty cool. I'm going to click on that and enter that giveaway. Am I eligible to enter?
You are eligible.
I'm going to enter. I'm entering.
But, I will sneakily go into the back end and remove your name, but you can enter. But you know what? It's funny. I think that's an undervaluation on a Matthew Nyes game used signed stick. It's funny. Me and Jeremy had this conversation today about game used items and whether it was more or less valuable to have the autograph on the item. And my opinion was, if it's a modern game used item, it's more value, and if it's a vintage one, a vintage jersey or things like that has a lot more character, it's less value.
What do you think, Sam? Where do you fall on signing memorabilia?
Yeah, I agree with the modern. I don't know about the vintage. How I feel like having like a game used Bobby Orr is cool without the auto, but if it had the auto, it'd be super cool too. But I get the mindset behind there. So I don't know. That's a tough one.
Well, I think historically the game used memorabilia hobby has felt that if you're going to own a game used jersey or whatever, I don't know if it applies to bats and sticks as much, but or football sort of thing. But if it's a jersey or a glove or a sweater or a helmet or whatever, I think that a lot of people just say, we want it to be the way it was on the ice, on the field, on the court.
So
which is why I understand what Mikey's saying, because if it's vintage, I mean, they use so few of those back in the day. Don't change it. But for modern guys, so we were talking about, because I was saying to him, like, I bought those Matt Sundin game used gloves, and I'm like, should I bring them in my luggage to Toronto to get Matt Sundin to sign them or not? And I don't even care if it brings down the value of them, because they're literally going to sit on my shelf for the next 30 years. They're never going to go for sale. I probably will never sell them. They'll be left to my kids to deal with at some point. So I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to bring them and get Matt Sundin to sign them. Plus my Solani gloves that I have are also signed by Solani. I didn't get them signed. Awesome. They came signed like that. So right from the Winnipeg Jets organization. So probably will bring them, Mikey, and get Sundin to sign them. If Sam, I just need Sam to bless it, and then I'll do it.
I love it. And you know what? This is a game used Mario Lemieux stick. I was saying to Jeremy, if Mario happens to be listening in on this, I would very much like you to sign this. But yeah, if I ever have the opportunity, I'm 100% throwing that in his face to get that signed. Like, I just think, as you said, it'd be super cool. Like, the fact that he owned it, used it, and then would sign it for me would be super neat. And as Jeremy said, like, that's likely never going to be sold.
Yeah.
I'll never sell it. I'll never put it up into auction until my daughters get married and I have to pay for weddings, and then I'll have to sell it.
California Dave says, met some of my best buddies in the hobby at Jeremy's event. I remember that, Dave. That's awesome. That makes me just, that's the best thing right there. Colin's going to be making his first appearance at Arizona's. Can't wait to see you there, buddy. Rugg says, anybody that drives that floating bridge with frequency has to be funny. I don't know what. Oh, the floating bridge in Kelowna over the west. Yeah. For sure. Dukes, the autograph helps authenticate the game used item. That's you know, because if the player looks at him and says, yes, these were mine. And I would say to him, were these yours? Because these gloves I bought didn't come with any COA at all. I'm taking the word of the auction house and their source. So I'm going to put that to the test. But look what Mitch says. He's saying there's some redundancy there. He says, I don't understand the appeal of an auto on game use memorabilia. The whole appeal of an autograph to me is that the athlete has actually done something with it. If it's already game used, if the athlete's already done something with it, what's the point? So for me, on these Sundin gloves, the point would be, well, my Solani gloves are signed. It'd be pretty cool to tell the story when people come over that they're both signed. Number one. Number two, I don't see why not. Like, I don't see why not. I mean,
that is the beauty of collecting, because everybody has their own way to think about it, whether it should be done or shouldn't be done. So
these are Austin Matthews game used gloves. First of all, like, cool, you get to see the thing, like the little heart and stuff like that. But man, if he's listening, which I'm sure he is also.
Oh, for sure he's listening.
100%. So Austin, if you ever want to come and sign, like, I'd love you to get a sign one side on the inside and one on the outside. Like, that would be perfect for me.
Consider it done, buddy.
But I still want to dive into this for another second here. Mitch's thought. I mean, unless there's nothing else to say about it, like Sam says, do as you will.
Yeah.
There doesn't have to
No
be
right or wrong.
That's the thing. There doesn't have to be a point other than, hey, Matt, I own these gloves that you wore. They're pretty worn. Do these look familiar to you? And hey, why don't you sign them? I'm going to go put them on my shelf at home. I mean, that makes sense to me. What does Boozle say?
Don't ask him to smell them or do anything weird with them. I think you're
the autograph and the older memorabilia may require different storage display needs. Fair. Yep. Rug says, yo, I got a pair of autographed Howard Chuck's gloves. I must be older. Okay, fair. Mitch says the why is not the same reason I don't like IP autos. I want it as it was on the ice or how a card came out of the pack. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, see, and I don't need a card how it came out of the pack, especially if it came out in some one touch with a sticker on it, like Topps Pristine did, or companies do, or like even this year, Upper Deck, the Cup RPAs from this year come out with their custom slabs with their blue labels, which I don't love the looks, but I think it's a good technology. But I understand people breaking those out. And then there's all the cards with protective film on them, where with words like remove peel that go over the player's face and take away from the look of the card. I'm like, peel that. I'm a peel. Take that shit off of there. That's how I.
So
that's
funny, because I'm like, I think about the times that I bought like the specifically unpeeled card. I'm like, gotta get that perfect grade in that unpeeled Vince Carter. I have both the peeled and the unpeeled version of that card.
Well, and taking the peel off doesn't affect the grade. Like they don't penalize you for taking the peel off. So
no, as long as you don't screw up.
Actually, but the peel often has scratches and air pockets, which just makes it not. Mitch does say, that's just my personal opinion, not a rule. Also, he's also team peel. So I mean, everybody approaches it, which is great.
None of these are rules, right? Like, of course. Tastes change, right? Like things become more
people
valuable.
Like signed vintage cards all of a sudden.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dave says, I think if you are the one experiencing the signing of the item, then that adds to the mem auto. For me, it would be the experience getting the auto that would be awesome. That would be, and that would be fun for sure.
Very true.
And I was saying to Jeremy, like, I have a whole collection of cards, rookie cards that I've gotten signed at the show that are like cool. Like, those are cool to me because I got them actually signed at the show.
Because you're collecting them.
Yeah,
you're not investing in them. You're collecting them.
I am the worst. I'm the opposite. Like, if I had a channel, it'd be like the worst sports card investor of all time.
It'd be the sports card divester.
Yeah.
People ask me, they're like, "How are you doing with your cards?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. I never sell them, and I only sell when I have to."
Yeah. Dan says nothing beats 1980 Topps hockey for the worst. Those are like lottery tickets where you scratch off the film. But I like them when it's still on there. Dad knew the Jets photographer got a Molson Cup winner 1 out of 20. If you know, you know. I do know. Bob Boozle, I'm Team Grotman because I can show an autograph and game use mem. 2 items, not one. Booyah. Yep. Canucks fan. Jay-Z. The signed vintage card thing is bizarre to me. Yeah, especially if you subscribe to that for sure. Mitch says the peel was not intended to stay on the card. It was made because the technology at the time caused the surface to stick to the other card. The peel is an extension of the pack to me. I like that outlook.
The more you know, the more
me-
you know.
Give me super rare old Parkhurst cards just the way they came out of the pack, please.
Yeah.
He does not like, Jay-Z does not like the autographs. Stukes going to meet the Jets at a beer and bratwurst event before they played the North Stars in Moorhead, Minnesota. Still have the autos and the memories. That's awesome, Stukes.
That's wicked.
All right, Mikey. I'll see you in 2 days. Me and Sam are
Yeah.
going to go for a couple more minutes here, and then we're gonna wrap this up. But we'll
Awesome.
see you in 48 hours, buddy.
Thanks for having me, guys. We'll
Thanks
see
for
you
coming
soon.
on, Mikey. You do
My
a great
pleasure.
job, man. I can't wait to see you.
Thanks, man. You got me super pumped as always. I'm not
Super
going to go to
pumped, buddy.
bed for the
Super
next
pumped.
2 hours. I'll see you.
See you, buddy. Take care.
Oh, Mikey. God,
Not a good dude.
I love that guy. I love that. Oh man,
He's
like
always smiling.
back to just quickly, like, and I say I love that guy. I don't say that like, oh, like I love somebody who I've met 3 times in my life. No, we talk almost every day.
You guys are really close.
We
Yeah.
talk a lot. Like we are, like he's one of my better friends.
You,
Yeah,
you talk to him at night when you go for your walks and stuff.
Talk
Right?
to him at night. We talk. Yeah, we talk a lot.
That's like one of your best boys, you know?
He's one of my best. Yeah, he's in my favorites on my phone. So are you though, buddy. So are you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Made it.
You know that favorites part. I was telling Sam before we went live today that my phone isn't charging right now. So without me literally like MacGyvering the situation. So I made an appointment for tomorrow morning at the Apple store. Might have to get a new phone or just get them to fix up my my charging thing. But yeah, man, I was just saying, like, again, back to that topic from earlier on in the show, like going to the card show, it's so much like sometimes you see people saying like, why would I go to a card show when I can take that money and spend it on cards? And that's legitimate. I'm not saying don't do that. That's if you're an introvert or you don't like people generally, and some people don't. I'm a person who's an extrovert who likes people. I want to talk to people. I want to further develop and enhance the relationships I already have with people and meet new people. And then especially when you are somebody who has been going live on YouTube for 5.5 years, you know, you want to meet more people who you've been conversing with in the chat or in comments or DMs. So I just can't wait. I love Expo, Sam. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Listen, I couldn't agree with you more. The society today, unfortunately, feels like it's going away from meeting face to face, and I'm always been that that maybe it's that age group, that old school, where I had a meeting I had to attend to today, but I couldn't go, and I told them specifically, look, I want to do this in person. Like I'm not that kind of guy that's going to do it over the phone, or so I like to see the emotion. I like to read people, see what's going on, see what they're thinking. And it's the same with the show, right? You just get to see when somebody comes up to your booth and they see a card that they've been looking for and they've been after, and they're so happy to see it. You're like, wow, this guy or girl feels exactly the same way I did when I saw that card, So it's just cool to see that you have so much in common with these people, and you have so many of the same interests. It's pretty wild. It's
Absolutely.
pretty wild.
And then that part about you can just stay at home all day and hobby from your house and never go to a card show, never act with people in person. It's like there's I don't know what the right terminology is, but there's maybe it's like analog versus digital kind of thing. There's the analog version where you're actually in it, and then there's a digital version where you're just on your phone and your screens all the time. Similar to when the whole NFT thing started taking off, and similar to how some people think that kids will never like cards because they're always on their phones. And I just don't think that's true. I think there will always be kids who want to buy and sell and trade and collect cards because there's something tangible, and you don't have to. So I was just in my head as we were talking, I was trying to think like, is there a metaphor there or something that you could be like, okay, so there are digital collectibles, and then there's, actual tangible collectibles. And then there's like digital relationships, and there's like in-person relationships. So if you're somebody who doesn't like seeing other people ever. And I'm not, this isn't a rule. I'm just trying to think like, well, maybe you might be better off with digital collectibles. That doesn't make any sense.
You know what I think it is, Jeremy? I think a lot of these people may be intimidated or overwhelmed because you see these videos on YouTube and a lot of these guys, and it's like fast paced, and you're going booth to booth, and they're like, oh my God. Where I feel like when you go to a show in person, things actually slow down. Like if you're looking at it in the right perspective, like, okay, I'm here, I'm going to be here for the day, whatever the situation is, make time and you can just soak it all in. Yes, there's a lot going on for the first time, but I think the experience to do it in person, because I think the people that are maybe thinking like that have never actually been to a card show live, having that experience in person, it's just hard to explain.
The event that I've been hosting for several years now, I remember early on, it was like, I would say to people on the show here, I'd be like, if you're coming to the expo alone, you don't know anybody there, come to the event. You will meet people. I promise you. Look what California Dave said. He met some of his best hobby buddies at the show. Sylvan, Lashwine, same thing goes for him. He came to the event. Yeah. Now he's, listen, I think that was an outlet or at least like the catalyst for a lot of relationships for him. I think I'm not picking on these two guys. I'm just saying, like, you go to the card show, go to the events too. I'm not saying you have to, but if you want to go, you just might, it could change you never know. It could change your life. Could actually, things happen at these, they could change your life.
Listen, you never know who you're going to meet, who you're going to run into. But if you enjoy the hobby the same way you and I do, and you love cards, why not go somewhere where you can be with a bunch of people that have the same interests as you, have a drink, a meal, and just shoot the shit. It just sets the precedence for the whole weekend. I find that initial, get together especially for newcomers, then you're bumping each other all weekend. You're like, hey man, tonight, what are you doing? You coming for dinner? Or like, and I always say that to people that I meet new in the hobby as well. Listen, I've got a good friend that does a big meet for all collectors on Thursday night to kind of start off the show. And it's a great place to meet a lot of people. We can introduce to a lot of people. And then this way, make your experience so much better. And it's grateful that you have always been so like arms wide open, inviting all these people. And that's what kind of gravitated me towards you, was just like,
oh, I thought it was my good looks bald head.
It's
that too.
And it's part of that maybe, but no, on a serious note, like I was like, you didn't have to do that. Right. But you just, you had a passion and people saw it, right? Like I saw it, and I was just like, it was really nice that you did. And then it started from, I don't know, what was the first one that we had? Maybe 40 people, 50 people. And now it's like, I don't know, it's got to be over 300.
In the early days, it used to be called the pre-expo. It was all started on Hobby Insider, the Hobby Insider community, and it was called the pre-expo, the pre-expo traditional dinner. It was actually a sit-down thing at a long table at the Lone Star restaurant, which is across from like where the keg was now. But and then it morphed into, well, we outgrew that pretty quick as soon as post COVID really, and it grew into what it is now. So it's a fun event. I love it used to be called the pre-expo dinner because the expo used to be a 3-day event. Now it's a 4-day event. Now it's on Thursday too. It actually used to be before expo. Now it's the day after, at the end of the first day. But in any event, if you're there, guys, come on down. Bob Boozle says Jeremy was the best man at my wedding. He forgot, but I was drunk that day too, so I could be wrong. Boozle, I would accept that invitation in a heartbeat. Jay-Z says the show is 90% the boys and 10% the cards, in my opinion. Yeah. Dave agrees. Boozle wishes everyone luck. Colin says Expo is awesome. Love finishing a raw set for someone. Yeah, isn't that great? Absolutely. Hey, you grew up in Headingley, Manitoba. Awesome. Dave came alone to my event the first time. Like, that's just awesome. That is just awesome. Yeah, Jay-Z will be there. California Dave will be there. HB will be there. Joe Perot for Hobby President. Canucks, Jay-Z, I have photos going back to the 2008 Expo Thursday dinner. Yeah, I've
Wow.
got some old pictures from it too, Jay-Z. And yes, Jeremy looked 60 back then as well. Somebody left a comment on one of my YouTube videos, like an old one, like yesterday or this morning, basically said, "Wow, you've aged a lot in 1 year." I'm like, well, that's what happens when you hit your 50s. I guess I have aged. I was like, that's not a nice way to start my day, telling me how much I've aged.
You're like the same since I met you, buddy.
Right? I got a kick out of it though. All right, guys. Sam, I mean, what else, dude? We're way past. We wanted to keep this to an hour. Mikey comes on. We're at an hour 25 already.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I mean, I'm just pumped to be able to have another experience at the expo in a few days, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone. We've kind of cemented a really nice big group of guys, and it's just great. Everybody, it's just a bunch of good guys hanging out for a weekend, having some dinner, shooting the shit, selling some cards, buying some cards. I mean, what else can you ask for, honestly?
Well, you can ask for a visit from the good old Stammer. He sent me
that picture too as well. I was gonna show you, but thing was on. I didn't want to. I know Stammer.
Stammer's the man. I love that guy. I can't wait to see him. I hope he leaves his eyebrows at home.
Stammer.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Well, that's another guy, Stammer from the hobby. Like,
I wouldn't know him without the hobby.
Yeah, I want to know, and we're very close. He calls me all the time, and he's really good at like keeping up and just shooting. And in the morning drive to work, he just calls me and shoots the shit. And then when he gets to work, it's like a bomb just happened in front of him. Okay, I gotta go. I'll get by. That's it. But we just every morning we try. Not every morning, at least 2-3 times a week. He'll call me a lot of times. I'll miss his call, but he's a great dude.
Hobby. He's a hobby friend, right?
He's a and I speak to him more than I do some of my really, really close friends.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Dan's Vintage Baseball. Appreciate that, buddy. And keep doing what you're doing. See you at Strongsville. Good times. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up.
I wanted to congratulate California Dave on the Dodgers victory.
Oh yeah,
even though I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, congrats to the congrats to the Dodgers, all the Dodgers fans. Absolutely. I mean.
And you want to talk about a nice dude? California Dave.
He's okay. He's okay.
You know what I mean? Like, good people. It's nice to run into really good.
Absolutely. Some of the best. Yeah. We're lucky to have this community, you guys. I feel lucky to have this community to be a part of it. And I don't know what I'd do without it, to be honest. So very grateful. Very grateful. All right, Sam.
Buddy.
Hang tight, buddy. Hang tight. Guys in the chat, thanks for joining us tonight. This was fun. This is episode 2 of what we're calling Booth Mates. And maybe we'll do a post-expo episode. We'll see. But we'll definitely be back here. We'll get Sam back on the channel very soon. And come see us at booth 1707 at the expo. Have a great week, everybody.
Come by and make sure to say hi.
Yeah.
We'd like to see new faces. Introduce yourself. Let's hang out. Make it a great weekend, great experience for everyone.
Travel safe to Expo, everybody. Be good. That's it. Good night. Thanks, Ruggs. Thank you, LGC.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you, Bruzo. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dukes. That's everyone I can see right now in my vision. Good night, everybody. This episode is now over. Thanks, Dave. Bye, everybody. Say bye, Sam.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in and being a part of the Sports Cards Live community. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and most of all, keep collecting. More great content to come. Sports Cards is a lifestyle.